And that might depend on your audience. What?
You make it funny too.
And you make it funny.
You know, you do last year, people spent Americans spent a collective total of, 150,000 hours reading an old issue of Highlights for Children, waiting for their car to get finished because they got a bad quote. Now people are laughing, but they've also sat there and read the magazines.
Or I have a personal story. When I was 19 in community college, taking care of myself, working 3 jobs, my car broke down, and I needed a new clutch. Does anyone know what a clutch is?
Ooh.
Okay.
So I'm going to drive them right now, actually.
Yes. So took me maybe 3 months to save the $1,200 that I needed to pay for the new clutch. I didn't have a reputable mechanic. My father wasn't around. I have no brothers, right? And so I just hired this guy, took my car in. It took a couple days, gave him my last $1,200 on the planet. I got the car back. It broke down literally the next day on the highway. When I went back to the guy, he said, "Not my fault. I fixed it. The car was junk, and I didn't have a vehicle for a very long time and couldn't finish school that semester." That's a real story. It was terrible. Oh man, I thought my life was I thought it was gonna die. Yes, I thought it was gonna die. So that company and my inability to know if this guy was a good person and if he ran a reputable business impacted the next year of my life. Because at the time, minimum wage was $3.35 an hour. It took me a really long time to save that money.
For all you know, there was somebody around the corner who could have done the job for $900.
For all I know, someone could have done it for $450 and guaranteed it. But because I didn't know, so this is another piece I might add, because I don't know anything about clutches, I had no idea. I think the guy actually didn't even replace it. I think he just took my money. Anyway, so introduction, right? Tell a story if you have one. That for me, I'll never forget that story. And the people I tell, if I were selling this app, wouldn't forget that story either. And they'd go home and they'd say, "Oh man, this poor girl," you know. But,
or connect with them.
Right, or connect with them, because then maybe they're thinking, man, I have a teenage daughter or a young daughter who's out on her own trying to figure this stuff out. I want to make sure that she never has this problem. And so I think this is a great idea, the kind of thing, right? So then you start getting, this is how you get viral discussions about your ideas, is that you connect with people, either in terms of like those huge numbers, did you know how much money and how much time is wasted, or I had this personal challenge that resonates with people. Okay, so that's the first part. Any questions about step 1? This is how you start the conversation in a pitch, whether it's formal or informal. Okay, and then number 2, what's your solution? And this is where you plug in the sentence. The way I like to do it. I'd like to go from introduction, I got you all excited, and then I want to tell you, I have a solution, this is what it is, and this is where I like to introduce my company name. Because now they're listening to me. Now they're paying attention. Most people, they'll come up and they'll do their pitch. "Hi, I'm blah, 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 blah. My name is my company name." Judges will pay attention because judges are there to listen to your pitch and give you a score, so they're kind of paid to engage with you. But that's not going to be the case if you're just pitching to somebody in an elementary. So get them connected, get them paying attention to you, and then tell them who you are, tell you what the business is and what you want, the problem you want to solve. Okay, so this is where you plug in your very well-defined and refined statement about your company and your product and what problem it's solving. Okay, any questions about that? Obviously, you want a nice transitional sentence between your story, and it could just simply be, "And that is why I'm starting this company." Okay, and then the next part is how does your solution specifically solve the problem and what impact will it have? So it's a way to reiterate the problem. So I had this terrible experience. Because of that terrible experience, I'm doing this, and this solution will not just impact me, and it's too late for me because I've already lost all that money, but it's going to have a positive impact in the future on all of these other people, right? So reiterate the problem, reiterate the solution. That's step 3 for me, and I did that with, I said this, my technology is innovative, which means it's new, because what you're selling might be a new idea, like what I'm developing, or just an improvement to something else. So you're actually trying to come up with an improvement to the current system. You're coming up with just a new product, but it's not a brand new innovative product. It's catering happy. People cater a lot. Yours is unique, but it's not new. And then yours with the oils, it might be new in terms of how you mix your ingredients, but foot lotions are not new. So talk here in part 3 about your solution, reiterate your solution, reiterate the pain, and then the impact that it's going to have. And then the next step for me is establishing your credibility. Why you? Right? So in terms of your food truck, you have a family line of recipes. You could talk about that here. You could say, I've been cooking this food my whole life, my entire family, my grandmother taught me how to do it, I'm teaching my kids how to cook this way, I cook at my church, right? So why are you the person who should do this? And so for me, these are the questions I ask myself. Am I a virtual reality developer? No, I'm not. Am I a software engineer? No, I'm not. So I have no credibility there. Do I have a disability? No, I don't. So I have no credibility there. Have you invested your entire career trying to solve a problem? Yeah, kind of, indirectly, by trying to hire people with disabilities or unique learning styles, but not enough that I have credibility. Are you an employer who's committed to hiring unique learners? Keep in mind this is applying to me. Yeah. Is that a major issue in my life? No. Are you independently wealthy, and is this a social problem you've decided to invest in? No. So all of those things that the person listening to you might wonder as I'm pitching in terms of my credibility don't apply to me. So I have to come up with some reason that I'm the person that should launch this. So this is what I wrote. So as a humanist, which I'm trying to say, I care about all people and their equal access, right? And as a unique learner, and they may not understand what that means, but a unique learner is someone who just learns better using a different tool mechanism than writing and reading. So I said, as a unique learner, as well as an employer who's seen the struggle of people with disabilities trying to access jobs and not being able to support them with the right tools, as a person who's experienced that, all of these things makes me passionate about this particular idea. Right? So then I talk a little bit as, in my 20 years as an employer, I've searched for effective ways to support unique learners, which I have, mostly around emotional disabilities, emotional and psychological disabilities, not necessarily physical disabilities as much, but I'm hoping that I can just kind of gloss over that and they'll say, yeah, wow, she's really invested a lot of time and energy. She has credibility here. And then I try to move outside of my own credibility into what's happening in the market. So I almost am distracting because I don't have a lot of experience here. So with the current interest in virtual reality solutions, there's never been a better time in history to launch this company, and that is true. So trying to lend credibility, why am I the person to do it? And then because I don't have the obvious things that they would consider, I say what I can say about my experience, and then I move on to why this is a credible time to launch this particular solution. Right, so you might say look at me, clearly this is my line of passion. I am weighing food all the time, where that might be a slightly harder sell for you, right? So how is this credible for you that you're passionate and want to invest the next 20 years of your life building this company, and you have to figure out why that is. And you need to be able to convince the judges why that is. I'm not saying that you're not,
Oh, I have.
Okay, and then the last part, and we only have about 15 more minutes, so I want to ask anyone who wants to go through this. You can use your piece of paper if you want, but want to try and hit on all of these points and pitch to do so. But the last part is say thank you and a call to action. So don't just walk away. Right? What do you want from that person? If you're going to pitch next week, you want a high score because you want to win money. So you can say, please rate me high, or say something to the judges because that's your audience.
Are you judging that?
No. So it's got to be clear in 2 minutes. Okay. So for me, it was talk to me after, and this is what most people say. Talk to me after. I'll give you more information. That's great, but that typically doesn't go any farther than that room. So what I've asked is, if you know anyone who might also be interested in this particular subject, have them engage with me. Because I want them to leave feeling an obligation to stay engaged with me, even if it's only in that they give me contacts with other, make contact with other people for me. So your final should be a thank you, much gratitude, but do something for me before they continue to engage with me, do something for me. Most people like to help other people. And most people, if you put it in their mind that they have a responsibility, will it will eat at them until they do it, right? So you want to tap into that. For me, I want to tap into the follow up with me, give me something. You guys decide what you're looking for, whether it's money, whether it's contacts, whether it's please do beta testing, try my product out, sit with me and tell me what works best for you in terms of meals. Tell me about previous experiences with food, what kind of oils do you currently use on your feet and hands in the winter. So ask them for something.
So what if we're not actually creating this product? It's just
Oh yeah, that doesn't matter. The principles of pitching are the same. You know, I mean, I don't have any experience in technology and no money, so